Today, like we've done for every third Sunday in June for the past several years, we are celebrating our fathers. Take some time out of your day today to make your fathers feel special and remind them that you love them. As you do this, be mindful of today's curfew measures. They are still in place and take effect at 2 p.m. Also, while you're out visiting and celebrating your dad, remember to wear your mask, sanitize, and don't exceed the crowd limit. Just stay safe in the place now. Welcome to another edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm Theodore Henry. Stay tuned.
Practice good hygiene by washing your hands frequently using soap and water. Here's how you should do it while conserving water. Turn on the tap to wet your hands, then turn off the pipe. Lather your hands and the tap with soap. Turn on the tap and wash your hands, back, front, and in between fingers. Use some of the water to wash off the tap, then turn it off. Dry your hands with disposable hand towels. If you don't have running water, use a hand rub containing 62% or more alcohol. If hand sanitizers are not available, rubbing alcohol, Dettol, white rum, or household bleach will do the trick. And if all else fails, let hand washing and the handling of potable water be a two-person event. Each person will take turns pouring and washing hands with sitting water. Now is a good time to consider installing a tap on your containers to reduce the risk of water contamination. Faucets can be easily attached to drums, buckets, or 5-gallon water bottles. And to ensure that the outside of the containers are clean when recapping, disinfect it with hand rub containing alcohol that's 62% or more. The 5 R's of water conservation are also necessary to practice. Reduce water wastage by investing in water-saving devices. Reuse water at least twice before discarding. Replace leaking pipes, faucets, and other plumbing equipment. Recycle wastewater and use it for gardening, car washing, or cleaning of public spaces. And reclaim water through rainwater harvesting. We all must play our part to ensure there's water to combat the coronavirus and stave off prolonged drought.
I wanted us to be a very good father, a caring and loving father for my children. The reason why I really want to be that father is, I believe I want to be like somebody who I think that someone can emulate, so I try my endeavor best to be what I am today. That father with that courage and wisdom, to assist my children in all ways I can, just as good as I can.
Daddy plays a very important role in our life, right? So he's like a mentor to us. And those things, because he set a very good example.
My father is a good father. He do what he can do for, and he work very hard for, and he will tell us what to do for him, and we will do it for him.
He works extremely hard. When I say extremely hard, I mean late hours, just to ensure that his children, they are happy, they are comfortable. He is a person who will just encourage them. You see, if there are times when they feel let down, like at school, he will try and motivate them. He tells them at all times that they can make it. It doesn't matter what they can achieve. And he's very passionate about education, and therefore is that type of person who wants to see his children be the best they can be. You have some men who, because of their child challenges and all of that, they would deter. That is not Richard. He is so passionate about Richie. I don't know because of his challenges why he's so passionate about him, especially. He would go the extra mile to ensure that all appointments are filled, and he takes him to school in the morning.
As a father, when I acknowledged that my son having the problem that he had cerebral palsy, I was really sad. And I was sad, and then I began to pray, and get some strength. And my wife, she was crying, and I just have to encourage in the family. Richard have progressed thus far, and from where he's coming from. Remember, boy, when he was like in 6 months, when he was 5 years old, I have to lift him up, bring him to Mona Rehab. Today, I do not have to lift him again. He can walk, balance a little bit, much better by himself. So I am today, I'm being a proud dad, seeing the progress that he's making through God.
He is not embarrassed about his son's challenges. He's proud of him. If you want to get him upset, try to belittle that child. To me, Richard sees Richard as a normal child. He does not see him with those challenges.
So you feel today, Richard?
I am bad and I...
That's good, man. God has been giving the strength that, you can really cope.
Yeah.
So you're coping in this situation, Richard?
Yeah, God grace.
With God's grace. Wonderful. We continue to pray, and our friend of ours to pray with us, and our church family would encourage us to hold the faith, and we continue to do it.
He's really a family man, and he loves his children dearly. It goes without saying, this man loves his children dearly.
He will get up in the mornings and prepare their breakfast. That's how dedicated he is. He will go the extra mile. It doesn't matter what it takes for him to let the family feel comfortable. That's the person you're looking at. And I really love him, and I appreciate him for that. I think God has given me the best man in the whole entire world. He is really a great father, and he's a great role model for his kids. Great role model. And because of that, especially Richard, he loves church.
My son is here to me.
I remember in his early days, I used to have to stop from work sometime or 3 times for the week to carry him to early stimulation, and then another 2 appointments at the Bustamante Hospital for the same week. I remember sometimes some of my mom judge said, boy, I don't have a physically challenged child. I just want to take days off from the work just to do something else. But, because of my faithfulness to Richard, I believe this is why today he can help himself much better. Being that role model, as I would say to my children, I've lost my business. I've lost everything in the business. But we do not lose our faith in God. And I continue working with my children. It's rough days. Our finance has gone. But I still hold courage and continue to give our children their support, because I told them they are not gonna live worse. They must live better. Despite of the burning down of the business, they must live better. Because I've got confidence that God will not give us more than we can bear. And today I'm still holding my faith for better.
He is really a great father.
He's a supportive father, a hard-working, a dedicated father, and a committed father. You can always count on him anytime you need, you want him or any support. Thank you, Daddy, for being the best daddy in the whole world.
I love you, Daddy.
Happy Father's Day to all fathers and the fathers to be. Being a father is not easy, but today we salute all of you who have gone the extra mile to play a role in your children's lives. We need more men like you to help guide our children as we prepare for our nation's future of being the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business.
Parents, how do you think your children feel when they are beaten?
I feel so sad when my mother beats me.
It makes me feel so angry.
I feel embarrassed, and I feel like you just don't care.
It has been proven that coercive parenting is directly linked to the aggression your children are displaying in schools. The National Parenting Support Commission is imploring you, parents, rethink your actions. Stop beating your children.
A message from the National Parenting Support Commission in collaboration with Ministry of Education, Youth and Information for improved safety and security in schools.
I want you to first begin to look at, who am I? Who am I as a parent?
Future leaders of Jamaica.
Future Leaders of Jamaica started in 2013, and what we try to do is to level the playing field as it relates to opportunities from an educational standpoint by providing resources to our students from low-income families. Whatever the student need, we invest in that student to ensure that at the end of the day, we have a successful product coming out. We actually kicked off our first ever parenting seminar. And we want to make sure that the parents have the tools to be able to help guide them through life. We focus a lot on the parenting to help the parents to be a better you. Bulk of the agenda today, it was really around self-empowerment and self-improvement.
Did you or did you not know, and this is important to know, that human trafficking is a global crime? What we have found across the world, having spoken to global law enforcement, that social media, smartphones and the internet, on top of or under the umbrella of bad parenting, is the main driver here. Back in the day, pedophiles had to go to a school gate to get a victim. Where do you think the pedophiles are now? We rescued a girl from Port Maria in St. Mary recently who met love online. And she was told to meet the person at number 3 Mountain View Avenue in Kingston at a hotel. The person was flying in. It's right at the bumper Mountain View. We got her in. We have across the world 16 ways in which a person can be trafficked. Organ harvesting is possibly of the dead. We can also harvest organs from live people. Debt bondage. This is where debt is either owed or believed to be owed. Child soldiers. Across the world, they are recruiting kids, and we're trying to get that in our law When the gangsters get kids in, then we charge them for human trafficking. Forced begging. Just last year, we closed our first case in Jamaica of persons who forced others, youths they were, to go on the street in Spanish Town and beg at stoplights. The target age group are usually 14 to 21 years old. And the reason for 14 is because they are perceived to have a longer shelf life. The pedophiles are attracted to them. Did you know, or did you not know, that the average female in human trafficking gets raped 31 times per night? Some more, it's averaging out, some less. So human trafficking will continue if we don't stop it now.
An unhealthy person cannot raise a healthy one. And that's where I'd like to start. Whatever your flaws are, they must understand that as human beings, none of us are perfect. And so as you parent your children, you must be aware that you be human in front of them and say to them, if I've made a mistake, then I've made a mistake. If I have fallen short, then I've fallen short. A healthy human being knows when to be sorry and when to be emotionally intelligent. Allow your children to have the experience of having a problem and having to work through it. Mommy, you know that my friend and I stopped talk? Really? Open up yourself. What happened? Yeah? And allow, just sit there and listen. One of the most important things about counseling is not a counselor telling you what to do, is actually you reaching there by yourself. And another thing, parents, don't be afraid to play. Don't be afraid to play and laugh and teach your children that life is good, right? So, you know, you do a one lick and you run.
It was an amazing seminar. We had about 50 parents today. What's always important for us is to get a good mix. What I did see today, a number of male faces showing up. So it's good to see that the fathers are now stepping into their rightful roles.
It was very enlightening, also informative, and at the back end alarming to hear the statistics revealed by the head of CTOP, Mr. Berry, about human trafficking.
As it relates to the cell phone usage and social media, I would just try to be more knowledgeable of it. You know, I'm a parent of one, my daughter. I will have her teach me a little bit more, and at the same time, I'll inform her of the dangers of it as it relates to human trafficking and other dangers.
Going forward, we'll continue to have a parenting seminar, and we just have to figure out what the topics are going to be for next year, but we're just going to build on this foundation.
I want to tell the farmers thank you, that we truly appreciate all they do. They give tremendous service, and they are in fact everyday heroes. They get up and ensure that we have food on our table, and were it not for a farmer, we wouldn't be eating. So oftentimes we may take it for granted, but we want the farmers to know that we're the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries, that we do not take them for granted, and we're here to support them. So we will continue to roll out our activities to support our farmers during this month and the entire year. They know that rather the AIC, the NIC, all the agencies of the ministry is there to support them, but my only message is really thank you for all you do.
The Ministry of Science, Energy and Technology is undertaking several projects this fiscal year to enhance the sectors. Find out more in this next feature.
We will scale up activities To popularize science in Jamaica, we'll implement the new institutional arrangements in the energy and technology sectors to strengthen the institutional capacity of the ministry to execute on its mandate.
In the 2021-2022 financial year, science, energy, and technology are being harnessed towards building a brighter future. Let's begin with the energy portfolio. Several policies, legislations, and regulations are being implemented to ensure the continued growth of the sector. And as the world evolves to facilitate the inclusion of electric vehicles, so too does Jamaica. An Electric Vehicle EV Council has been established to oversee the consultative process on introduction of electromobility. Additionally, installation of charging stations for EVs have already begun in Draxhall, St. Anne.
Jamaica is redefining the energy landscape to allow us to scale up actions to achieve energy security, energy efficiency, energy resilience, and greater energy investments in the country.
We live in a digital era where technology has redefined and reshaped our realities. To secure Jamaica's position, the National Broadband Initiative will be executed through a two-plan-step approach. The 100-day ICT plan is expected to be completed in September and will involve providing connectivity among 8 municipal authorities. Existing GovNet fiber optic cables will also be extended from the Kingston metropolitan area to all parishes, using each municipal corporations as aggregation points.
The completion of the national communication backbone will allow the connection of 461 public entities, including 196 schools, 160 ministries, departments, and agencies, 62 major health facilities, 41 major police stations, and 11 Spectrum Management Authority sites.
eLearning Jamaica Limited will continue the procurement and distribution of 16,000 tablets for grades 7 to 9 high school students on the PATH program. Under the Tablets in School project, 11,000 tablets, 440 laptops, and 1,389 content servers are being provided this fiscal year. Additionally, the Universal Service Fund, the USF, will procure an additional 2,000 tablets under Phase 2 of the Tablets for Teachers program. And in keeping with the government's National Broadband Initiative, a community Wi-Fi program will see the USF outfitting at least 3 areas in each constituency with Wi-Fi. The fund will also be adding 6 public Wi-Fi hotspots this fiscal year, bringing the total number across the island to 19. To expand telecommunications access for citizens, Cabinet has approved a third telecoms provider, Rock Mobile, which is a Jamaican-owned company.
The third mobile provider will be required to deploy its network in keeping with the coverage, quality of service, and implementation timing in the bid, including the provision of 95% population coverage at a specified minimum download data rate. 95% population coverage of communities classified as unserved or underserved at a specified minimum download data rate. Service launch date is no more than 12 months after the grant of the license.
In efforts of safeguarding Jamaica's cyber infrastructure, the government has partnered with the Organization of American States, OAS, to implement an early warning system.
This will enable JASER to provide alerts as soon as there is exploitation of known vulnerabilities or zero-day events. Through active cyber threat research, near real-time information is provided to public and private entities resulting from its persistent horizon scan of the new and emergent threats that present a clear and present danger to information technology systems in Jamaica.
The Jamaica Cyber Incident Response Team's website is also being revamped to facilitate anonymous reporting of cyber breaches, as well as the uploading of artifacts for analysis by the team.
Science is an essential cornerstone in the creation of a modern society.
The aim of the ministry for the 2021-2022 fiscal year is to utilize public-private partnerships to target and focus on business engagement plans to get research commercialized. Additionally, the ministry will be implementing a robust plan for popularization of science in schools.
The new direction is influenced by a fundamental belief that science is big business, and that as we popularize science and get young people excited and energized about the possibilities in the field, we are also fulfilling the promise on the back end of the good jobs and the good money.
The team at the Ministry of Science, Energy and Technology is continuing its work to strengthen and enhance all sectors while building a brighter future for Jamaicans.
Mommy?
Yes, Zoe?
Can we read this book? It will only take 10 minutes.
Sure, sit down. Every spring, Madame Angel Wing arranges.
Do you have 10 minutes? Read with your child today. Reading with your children for just 10 minutes each day helps develop their language and listening skills, stimulates their imagination, and expands their understanding of the world. So, start reading with your child today.
This is where the magazine ends for today, but if you would like to see more content like this, then visit our YouTube page. We also have all the latest news and updates on our social media pages and on our website at jis.gov.jm. On behalf of the entire production crew, I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.